So it's now been a few days since we saw the official news break about Jordan Love getting his new contract extension, which I, for one, am very excited about. I think that it was a solid deal for the Packers. Jordan Love is one of the more talented quarterbacks in the NFL, and I don't think this is going to be a move that the Packers regret moving forward. And we already got a few of the initial elements when it comes to this contract, but now I want to go into depth when it comes to the long-term future of this Packers roster and look at some of Jordan Love's cap hits and how it's going to go as the years progress, how this cap hit from this new contract is going to impact the Packers as they continue to try to, build the best roster possible. And first off here, I'll show you a few different notes from Spotrac regarding Jordan Love's contract. At first, it had been shown and reported that $155 million was fully guaranteed. When he signed, but apparently it's only $100.8 million guaranteed per PFT and the official reports of this contract. So, of that $100.8 million fully guaranteed at signing, it's a signing bonus, the 2024 salary, the 2025 salary, and then $10.4 million of the 2026 salary. And then there's some more money guaranteed at future dates. Additional $39.5 million of 2026 salary, fully guaranteed the 5th league day of 2025. And then $20 million of 2027 compensation, fully guarantees the 5th league day of 2026. And then there's an option bonus in 2026 of $39.5 million, and then 2027 an option bonus of $31.5 million. There's a annual Pro Bowl escalator where Love can get another $250,000, and then a 2028 Pro Bowl bonus of $250,000. So those are a few other details regarding this Jordan Love contract. And now here I think is the most important thing to look at, and it's these cap hits going forward. So for most quarterbacks in the NFL, the way that most of these deals are set up is to where the first couple of years, the salary cap hits are somewhat reasonable, don't really impact the team too much in a negative light, but typically it's at the end of these contracts when these numbers just get astronomical, and usually at the end of some of these years, the teams either have to, move off their players if they no longer think that, they're worth what they're playing for, or, restructure the deal or get a new deal done so that the cap hit isn't as massive as it looks looking ahead from now on to the future. But from Spotrac, if we look at the first 3 years of Jordan Love's contract, the cap hits are very, very manageable. 2024, so this season is a $20,757,000 cap hit. So that is not bad whatsoever for this first year. Then in 2025, $29.75 million. 2026, $36.15 million. And those are all pretty reasonable cap hits for the quarterback position. And so the next 3 years, the Packers really have a chance to, I think, go the farthest that they can over the next couple of years, because as the years progress, the cap hits do get larger. 2027, $42.45 million, so nearly double his cap hit this season. And then 2028 is the crazy cap hit year, $74.2 million in 2028. And odds are when it comes to that point, we're still a good ways away from there, that before that season, the Packers will probably either, if Jordan Love still looks like the guy and they're confident in him, they'll probably try to do some kind of new deal, maybe a restructure. And if he's not the guy, they could technically release him at that point for only a $15 million dead cap hit. So those are some of the scenarios as time goes by. But clearly, as you can hear from those different cap hits, the first 3 years, it's very favorable for the Packers, and that's when they're going to have a chance to, get a lot more talent around Jordan Love, because, the second when it gets to 2027, $42 million, that's $22 million extra of the cap going to Jordan Love when you compare it to this season. So I think specifically this season, this is the best cap situation for the Packers. You also throw in the fact Christian Watson, still on a rookie deal, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt. So many of these draft picks that the Packers have had the past few years are enabling them to, I think, have a solid roster built around Love this year, with Xavier McKinney coming in, being able to pay him. And so the Packers have a really solid shot in the next few years. It'll get tougher as time goes by because the cap hit increases. It'll be tougher to surround Jordan Love with talent, but that's just really how it is at the quarterback position for many different guys. And if you just compare this to looking at Josh Allen and his current contract with the Buffalo Bills, they're about to get to the point where the cap hit balloons. This year, he still has a $30 million cap hit, so it's somewhat reasonable. Next year, that jumps to $60 million for the Bills. So clearly, As time goes by with these contracts, things get harder. It gets tougher to, build the roster around these quarterbacks who are making such massive amounts of money. You look at Josh Allen the previous 2 years, 2022 only a $16 million cap hit, 2023 $18 million. So for the Bills, you can tell that it's going to probably get more difficult for them going forward because of the cap hits increasing. After 2025 for Josh Allen, you have a $56 million dead cap hit, or sorry, not dead cap, normal hit, cap hit, a $49.45 million cap hit, and then a $45.72 million dead cap hit, sorry, once again. And the other thing to note of Jordan Love's deal is there were 3 void years added, which are basically fake years. Some of this contract stuff is honestly pretty confusing, but the way the Packers, structure this contract, even in 2029, when he's not under contract, he'll still count a $34.7 million cap hit because of the way the Packers push this money out to the future. And so basically the Packers really set this up for the first 3 years to be very favorable, and then they'll have to figure it out as time goes by. And I also want to read a quote from Brian Gutekunst after this contract came out, which basically explains what I just told you. He says, "The next few years, I think we're in pretty good shape. There'll be some challenges down the road, no doubt." So the Packers in the next, after 3 years, 4 years, that's when they'll have to figure some things out when it comes to this contract. But the Packers I think are really set up for success right now with Jordan Love with this deal. And they have, extra money to spend around him for the next few seasons. Then it's going to get a little bit tougher. But I just wanted to go into those details and sort of show you a little bit more in depth of this new Jordan Love contract, which I do think that Jordan Love does deserve, and has to be pretty exciting for him to, wait all these years, sit behind Aaron Rodgers, come in, have a great year, and then get paid and set himself up for the long term with this new deal. That's all I have for this video. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe. I also have a second NFL channel, which I'll link down below. I've been making 2 videos per weekday there as well. So if you want to see more NFL content, different things, talking about Tua's contract, other teams, you can check that out. You can also follow me on Twitter at LukeBeller3 for some more Packers content that I don't always share here. Sometimes I share different things there. So that's all for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.